Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Hello dear students. Today in this particular video we are concerned with a very small topic. The topic is very small but very useful these days. So it basically deals with the transactions with persons located in NGAs. Now what is NGA? That is basically notified jurisdictional area. So in this topic we will be studying regarding these provisions. Now let us start. So we are concerned with transactions with persons located in notified jurisdictional areas. So kindly note dear students, section 94A of the Income Tax Act 1961 that basically deals with such transactions with persons located in or who are located in, you may say, notified jurisdictional area. So section 94 deals with that, and kindly note section 94 was introduced by Finance Act 2011. Around 10 years back, you may say, this section was introduced. And kindly note now what are the provisions. A few provisions are there. The chapter is not that much lengthy, so kindly note. First is central government is empowered in case there is some country, in case let us assume some country is there, and central government feels that there is some lack of effective exchange of information with that country or with that territory outside India, then in that case government is empowered to specify by notifying in the official gazette that such a country or such a territory will be treated as NJA, that is notified jurisdictional area. So kindly note when it will be declared, when the central government believes that there is lack of effective exchange of information. You may say that country is not cooperating, they are not giving the information, or that territory that is outside India that is not cooperating. In that case, government is empowered to issue a notification in the official gazette, and then in that way the government is empowered to declare that country or that territory outside India as a NJA, notified jurisdictional area, in relation to the transactions entered into by any assessee. Now, kindly note what is the meaning of this term, the person located in a NJA, notified jurisdictional area. Kindly note it will include a person who is a resident of that area, a person who is a resident of, who residing in that particular country, that particular territory outside India, that has been declared by the government as notified jurisdictional area. Secondly, it will also include a person not being an individual, which is basically established in that particular non-jurisdictional area, that will also be included under the definition of persons located in a NGA. And thirdly, as far as third aspect is concerned, what will be included? Kindly note a permanent establishment of a person, who is not falling under the above points. As I have just told you, the first point and second point, in case some permanent establishment of a person is there, but that is not covered under first and second part, in that case that will also be included under notified jurisdictional area. Now what are the other relevant provisions, what are the other significant provisions as far as non-jurisdictional area is concerned, persons are concerned? Again, it should be noted that in case an assessee enters into some financial transaction, an assessee enters into a transaction where you should note that where one of the parties to the transaction is a person located in notified jurisdictional area, as we have just defined in the previous slide. So kindly note that in case an assessee enters into a transaction where one of the parties to that particular transaction is a person located in NJA, notified jurisdictional area, then what will be there? Kindly note, then in that case, all the parties to the transaction shall be deemed to be associated enterprises. They will be treated as associated enterprises under section 92A, and they will be treated accordingly. Then secondly, kindly note, I am just continuing with that. Again, in case any transaction, any transaction in the nature of purchase, any transaction in the nature of sale or lease of some tangible or intangible property, or providing of service, or lending or borrowing money, or any other transaction having a bearing on the profits, incomes, you may say assets, profits, losses of business, including a mutual agreement or arrangement for allocation or apportionment of any contribution to, or any cost or expense which has been incurred or which is to be incurred in connection with that benefit service facility which has been provided or which is to be provided. In that case, it will also be treated as, kindly note dear students, it will also be treated as international transaction within the meaning of section 92B, and the provisions of sections 92, 92A, B, C, CA, CBD, 92E and 92F will be applicable, and these will be applicable. So it should be kept in mind while dealing with the persons located in notified jurisdictional areas. Now next, kindly note that in such case, no deduction, no deduction regarding in respect of any payment that has been made to any financial institution which is located in such area, which is located in such notified jurisdictional area, shall be given. No deduction in respect of payment made to financial institution located in NJA will be allowed under the provisions of this act. But in case assessee is able to furnish an authorization in the prescribed form, authorizing the board or any other income tax authority acting on the behalf of board to seek relevant information from said financial institution on behalf of such assessee. And secondly, no deduction should be given in respect of any expenditure or any allowance, even depreciation, including depreciation arising from the transaction with the person located in such area, located in notified jurisdictional area, shall be given. So no deduction even in respect of other expenditure or allowance regarding depreciation will also not be given. It should be kindly noted. But again, if the assessee maintains such other documents and is in a position to furnish all the relevant information to prove that yes, it is deductible, in that case it may be done, as in the previous in the point just stated above. In case assessee furnishes some authorization and board is satisfied, then some relaxation may be there. Now next provision, kindly note that in case during the previous year assessee has received or assessee has credited any amount for any person again located in such area, located in notified jurisdictional area, and when assessee is asked about its source, when assessee is asked about its source, then in that case assessee is not in a position to offer any satisfactory explanation. He is not in a position to give satisfactory, you may say, explanation about the source of the said sum in the hands of such person or in the hands of beneficial owner in case such person is not the beneficial owner, or assessee provides some explanation, but that is not satisfactory. First of all, the thing may be that assessee is avoiding giving any explanation, and secondly, he is giving some explanation. He is putting up his point of view. He is explaining his point of view, but in the opinion of assessing officer, the explanation given by the assessee is not satisfactory. Is far from satisfactory. In that case, that sum, that you may say entire sum will be deemed to be income of the assessee for that particular previous year. Now again, what are the provisions regarding rate of TDS? Again, kindly note that in case any person located in a non-jurisdictional area is entitled to receive some amount, some sum, you may say any some income amount on which tax is deductible, under chapter you may say 17B. Then in that case, what will be the provisions regarding TDS? My dears, kindly note that the tax will be deducted at the highest of these three rates. Now, what are these three rates? First is the rate or rates in force. Secondly, the rate specified in the relevant provision of the act. Or third point is that is 30%. So kindly once again you should note that tax will be deducted at highest of these three rates. So this was all from my side as far as transactions with persons located in notified jurisdictional area, you may say, are concerned. Okay, thank you very much.